Look at me go, actually starting a vlog on a Monday. That pretty much never happens. Also, hello from Tony, who's chilling over there. It is a very hot, toasty Monday. We're in the middle of a brutal heat wave right now, and I'm miserable. I walk to and from work, and it's only about a 10-minute walk, but just that small amount of time outside is terrible, and I'm exhausted. It just sucks all the energy out of me completely. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm not in the best of moods. I'm tired, I'm hot, and I'm grumpy. So happy Monday. But yeah, I just have some dinner cooking right now. I might watch an episode of Star Trek while I have dinner, but aside from that, my plan is to just read. I really want to finish the book that I'm reading on my Kindle for Backless Bash. I am 81% of the way through, so I'll hopefully finish that one tonight. That's the goal. I've been reading this book for like 2 weeks now because I don't have the audiobook for it, so I'm just reading with my eyeballs. And I am a very, very slow reader when it's just my eyeballs because ADHD brain, I can't focus for longer than 5 minutes most of the time. But aside from that, I'm also currently reading over audio Invitations by CM Nascosta. This is the third and final book in the Monster Bait series, which is just a good, fun, monster fucking time. I'm not having the best of times with this book. It's just kind of okay. The first book was definitely the strongest. Book 2 got less interesting, and now book 3 is continuing to be less interesting than even book 2 was. My main issue with it is, so this follows 3 separate couples, and one of the couples, I really don't like them. I don't like them individually, and I don't like them as a couple. So it's kind of a hard time getting through their chapters, but I can't skip them because all the stories interconnect. So I just kind of have to plow through it. I'm almost tempted to DNF it, but it's the last book in the series, so I might as well just finish it. But I'm probably gonna up the speed on the audiobook and just kind of have it as background noise, basically. But yeah, I've got that one going on, and then my audiobook Hold or So Let Them Burn just came in, which means I'm going to be picking this one up next, and I'm very excited about it. I bought this book on the same week that it was released because I was so hyped for it, and then I never picked it up. But I have had the audiobook on hold for quite a while. It's been like 6 months. So I've just been very patiently waiting for that to show up, and it finally has, which means it is time to pick up this book. And if it lets me down, I'm gonna be very upset because this book has been hyped in my head for so long. I'm always down for a good dragon book, and this one, it sounds like it's going to be right up my alley. So hopefully I love it, but I'll go over a synopsis for it once I actually start it. Anyways, quick update right now. I'm gonna go take care of my dinner, and I'll check back in once I have some kind of an update. I just finished my last shift as store manager before I start my new job tomorrow, and I'm like really sad about it. It's been a weird day. Like, it doesn't feel real that I'm not gonna go to work tomorrow and do the job that I've been doing for 7 years. This is a very odd feeling. It's definitely bittersweet, and I wasn't expecting to get like emotional about it, but I weirdly have been. Like, I literally just came home and immediately laid down in bed and just had a good cry. I have things to do today, but I just needed to come home and sit in bed and cry for a bit. Also, hi Tony. He joined me and he's been very sweet. But yeah, it's such a weird feeling that I'm done my job. And for the first time in 7 years, I have no idea what my day is gonna look like at work tomorrow because it's a whole new job and I don't have a damn clue. That is such a weird feeling. Definitely gonna cry a bit more. Absolutely. I really did love my job. I loved it so much for so long. And I'm really sad that I kind of had to leave. I could have stuck it out, but I was just miserable. I was so fucking miserable doing that job for many reasons. The majority of the job I loved, but just the couple of things that I did not like made me so miserable and such a negative person because I was just constantly complaining about my job to everyone. All of my friends, the majority of our conversations, especially in the last few months as things really went downhill, all of my conversations have just been about how much I hate my job or how much I've grown to hate certain aspects of my job. So yeah, it was time for a change. I just needed to get out of that job and go do something that'll hopefully make me a lot happier and not have nearly as much to complain about. That would be great because I'm so tired of being negative all the time. I'm sure my friends are also tired of it too. But yeah, that's really all that I had to say right now. Just wanted to document how I'm feeling right after my last shift. So I feel weird. But I gotta go try and get my things done, and I'll talk to you guys later on. Fit check for my first day at the new job. Wish me luck. I'm so nervous. Day 2 of my new job is complete, and I'm so tired. Oh my god. I am not by nature a very social person, so having to get to know a whole bunch of brand new people while also being on my best behavior, I'm very tired. Having a great time though. My first day was mostly just sitting in the back room watching all of the training videos, so very boring. But today I spent the whole day out on the sales floor, like watching people sell and like learning how to do all the things. And it was really fun, and I love all my coworkers. They're all so nice. I made 2 whole sales by myself today. They were very small sales. It was not really a big deal, but I was very proud of myself. But yeah, so far so good. I'm very much enjoying the new job. The area that I work in though is dangerous. So my city is divided by the north end and the south end. It's basically just 2 separate cities. They're both huge and they're both very much separated. I live in the north end. I pretty much never go down to the south end. Also, hello from Tony. You're so cute. Oh my god. Yeah, I never go down to the south end, but that's where my new work is. And it's in this massive plaza that is just packed full of really good food spots. There's a Winners there, there's Home Sense, there's Michael's the craft store, there's a whole bunch of places to shop. Also great because there is a pet food store, so I can get Tony's food from there, so that's really nice and convenient. Basically like a gigantic mall, but not contained to one building, if that makes any sense. But yeah, today I missed the bus on the way home, so I just walked around for the half an hour while waiting for the next bus. I went and got a couple of new shirts to wear to work. I'm vastly lacking in just plain t-shirts, but I also went into Home Sense, and I didn't know that Home Sense has books. I feel like I learned this at one point, but then I forgot. But anyways, I ended up getting Sweet Nightmare by Tracy Wolff. This is the author of the Crave series, which I devoured a couple of years ago. It's a terrible series, but in the best way possible. They're so stupid and so fun. This is a new spin-off of that series, and while I definitely don't need to have these books on my shelves, I just really wanted to, and it was only $10. How do I say no to that? I can't. There were 3 others that I had in my hand that were also only $10, but I was proud of myself and I said no to them. I put them back, but I'm probably gonna go back for them. Okay, one of them was this beautiful edition of Dracula. It was like velvet material. It was so cool. So I kind of want that. Am I ever gonna read Dracula though? Probably not, but I still want this edition because it's gorgeous. So I might get that. But there was also The Courting of Bristol Keats there for $10, and For Whom the Bell Tolls, but that one was $20, so I put that one down. And they had the entire that Lila Sage series with the Done and Dusted and Swift and Saddle. That they had that whole series there, and I was very tempted, but I've already read them and I'm not going to reread them, so I didn't get them, but I really wanted to. But I did have some semblance of self-control at least, and I just got the one. So I did finish Invitations by CM Nascosta the other day, and this was fine. I'm giving it a 3-star. Any of the smutty scenes, I pretty much just skipped through them because they were really awkward. Like, they were written fine, I guess. I just was not in the mood to hear that, and I'm like, stop, this is weird. Most of the characters really annoyed me. The plot was fine, but just kind of okay. And I was fully convinced that this was the last book in the series, and apparently it is not. there is a whole other book, and I'm kind of mad about that. I specifically picked this book up because I wanted to be able to finish the series, and now that is not the case. There is still another goddamn book. So that's alright. I will survive. I don't really want to read the last book in the series, but it's the last book, so I might as well just do it. I don't know if it's been released yet, but at some point I'll look into that and eventually read it. And then last up, I've started reading Blood of the Old Kings by Seung-Gil Kim. This is the August pick for the in-person book club that I'm part of, and it was also my suggestion, so I'm very happy that it won. And so far it's pretty good. I'm not fully invested yet, but I'm starting to get really interested in it. I'm about 15-20% of the way through right now and having a good time. I'm not entirely solid on the plot yet either, but I do know that the magic system has to do with where they take the corpses of dead wizards and put them in this coffin thing attached to a power generator, and that's how they power their cities, which is cool as fuck. And there's also something to do with dragons as well, but I have no idea how the dragons are going to come into play, so I'm excited to find out about that one. Tonight, I have a really bad headache, so I do just kind of want to sit in bed and watch TV, but I also really need to get a video edited, so I might do that really quickly and just schedule it up for tomorrow. I keep trying to post 3 videos a week, and I just do not have the mental capacity to edit that much. So I'm still only doing 2 videos a week right now, but the goal is to do 3. It never happens, but I'm trying. The one that I filmed like 4 or 5 months ago, I still haven't edited that, so I do want to get that one edited and put up so that it can finally stop haunting me. And I also have my first half of the year book haul that I filmed a while ago, and I haven't even filmed my July wrap up yet. I went to last week, and then my camera just decided to turn off in the middle of my video, and I was angry, so I stopped filming. I was not about to redo all of that. So I have to film that again, but currently I have no idea what my next day off is. I know that I work tomorrow. Oh, it's Friday, by the way. I don't think I said that, but I work tomorrow, Saturday, and I also work on Sunday, and then everything after that I have no clue, so I'll find out. So I have no idea when I'll be able to film my wrap up, but at some point soon I will get there. But yeah, I think that's all that I had to say right now, so I'm gonna go. I need to fold my laundry. It's been sitting clean in a basket on the floor for like literally a week now, so I gotta deal with that. And then I also want to maybe try and get that video edited, so we'll see how that goes. Wish me luck. Really hoping that the sound of the rain will be more ASMR and hopefully not just really annoying. So fingers crossed it does not sound like ass. But hi, how we doing? Happy Tuesday. It's time to wrap up the vlog. Hi buddy. Tony says hello. He's chilling down here too. Hey bud. I don't really have a whole lot of updates. I finished Blood of the Old Kings by Sung-Il Kim on Sunday, and I haven't actually put it through Pawpaw yet, I don't think, but I'm thinking it'll be like a 4-star. It took me a bit to get into it, but once I was in it, I was very much invested. Not as invested as I could have been. I found sometimes the characters kind of bled together, and like their voices sounded very similar, and I would have liked a bit more world building and history. I feel like there were some weird time gaps that didn't need to be there, you know what I mean? This book could have been much longer, and I think it would have been much better for it. I would have loved to see the moments between point A and point B, you know? Like, I wanted the quest. I feel like this book had a really epic premise, but the execution didn't end up feeling like an epic fantasy, but it could have been. The bones were there. I just wish that it was a bit longer and had more detail put into it, and that would have been really, really cool. But as is, it was still a great book, and again, probably going to be a 4-star. I also thought that this was a standalone for some reason, but it's definitely not. Although, honestly, the ending of it, I'm kind of satisfied. I probably will still read the sequel just because I do want to see where the story goes, but I could just stick to the one book and just be happy with the conclusion of it as it is. It definitely leaves off on a little bit of a cliffhanger, but to me, the ending feels more like imagining where it could go or imagining what could happen next, and that would still feel satisfying to me. But yeah, I'll probably still read the sequel anyways, just because why not? But yeah, good time with that one. I have started a couple of books, but that'll all be in next week's vlog. Other than that, pretty good week. I'm really happy to have started my new job. Having a good time there so far. I'm exhausted, but that's besides the point. Yeah, very exciting week for me in terms of life stuff. So just not that much reading, which makes sense because again, I'm so tired and haven't been reading a whole lot, but I at least finished a couple of things, so that's nice. But that'll do it for this week's vlog. Thank you so much for watching as always. I hope you're having a great day, and I will catch you guys in the next video.